if we're honest, we're helpless. It's funny to me, if you sit down and walk through your friends, especially friends that don't know God, perhaps even just through this room, and you say, how do you know if you're going to face eternity with God? Basically, overall, the basic mindset is that you and I live on a teeter-totter. You remember the teeter-totter? That is a great invention. I don't know who invented that, but someone was brilliant. I mean, here's an instrument where children who are basically naturally mean from the get-go can get on and mock the child who's overweight. Because they sit on it and so the other child flies. Secondly, that child who is perhaps the other child flying can then exact revenge by hopping off of the teeter-totter in a very quick manner, sending the other person plummeting down to earth very, very quickly. This is a great device. Someone was brilliant. Alright? But, have you ever gotten the teeter-totter exactly right? Or maybe you have to have one person slide forward or backwards where you get perfect levelness suspended between earth and heaven. Right there. That's kind of how we view the whole salvation thing. Okay, if I'm my good side of my personal teeter-totter, I have more stuff. I put the fat kid there. All right, I can say that because I'm working a ride to help do that. So put the larger child on that end. If I got more good stuff, then I'm good, right? And when I get to heaven, I can say, look, God, look at all the good stuff. I did some pretty stupid stuff, but the good stuff far outweigh the other ones. See, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. And that's kind of how we view it. And that becomes our way of feeling powerful when we face death. Look, I'm not alone. I'm really good, God. You got to accept me in. Really? That's like saying, Chris, oh, these goat head plants only have 5 goat heads instead of 20. I want them in my yard. In fact, let's put them in the flower bed. We'll put a light on them so people can see that our goat heads aren't as bad as other people's goat heads. Our goat heads are pretty good. They only have 5 goat heads instead of 12. That's the same kind of life. Get the goat heads out of my yard. It only takes one to say you're dancing around on one foot. We went to one place, Bruno Dunes on the ride had goat heads like your yard, man. And we walked them into the RV, which was great. Yeah, I found a couple of my feet. It's the same thing. It's a spiritual kind of experience. You call the name of the Lord. Some of you are slow today. What? Levitate? Yeah, there is levitation involved. Your hands sometimes go up in the air. It's a full-on charismatic revival. It's a great illustration, Chris, by the way. You see, acceptance into God means, acceptance into heaven means perfection, and you and I are completely and utterly helpless at reaching perfection because you and I mess up on a regular basis. And if you think you don't, ask your spouse. Ask your loved ones. They'll tell you. Okay? So, Romans chapter 5, verse 6, you see at just the right time, when we were still powerless, when we were still broken, messed up people, Christ died for the ungodly. You see it just at the right time. What's that talking about? Well, first of all, it's prophetic, okay? Here's your big, for you theologian people, this is for you. The prophecy of Christ, the time of Christ's arrival was prophesied. Christ came at the right time. God has a plan and it always works. God has a plan for your life. You're not here for an accident. You're a part of God's plan. God has a vision and a plan for your life, okay? God is in control. God is not spinning out there going, oh my word, what do? I told you before about the guy who told me, wow, if nothing else, Obama's bringing the return of Christ faster. No! God is not up in heaven going, oh shoot, Obama's president. We got to hurry up and come back sooner. God has a plan, right? At just the right